Today, I'm in the Kyrgyzstan Valley, the cultural village of the 2018 Nomad Games in Kyrgyzstan, and I'm on the lookout for traditional felting. The people of Central Asia are well known for their ability to turn animal fibers into clothing, slippers, blankets, rugs, and even walls and roofs, simply by forcing the fibers to grab hold of one another and not let go. Have you ever made the mistake of washing a nice wool sweater in hot water? If so, you have created felt, whether you wanted to or not. Now let's see what happens when you want fibers to felt. I arrived in the Kyrgyzstan Valley to find a sea of yurts. I was told that over 1,000 yurts had been erected to create this temporary town. People were cooking, singing, selling, spinning, weaving, and more, but I found what I had come here for, the felting. Felting is one of the oldest forms of fabric construction. It is much faster than weaving, and the fabric is very warm. Because each hair is covered with scales, only mammal fibers can be felted. No other natural fiber has this inherent quality. Today, there was an Ala-Kiyiz carpet competition. These traditional carpets, made in Kyrgyzstan, are on UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage in need of urgent safeguarding. Various communities sent teams to the Nomad Games to make one of these traditional carpets and have it judged. It took the teams of 12 people about 4 hours to make a carpet from start to finish. I sat with one of these teams, watching their process. For carpets, a thick base layer about 5 inches high of fluffy sheep wool is carefully arranged for uniform thickness. Once felted, the carpet will be about 1/2 inch thick. Now for the decorations. This woman is beating the fleece with a stick to separate the wool fibers and make it easy to draft them out into strips. Then the strips will be used to make designs on top of the base layer. The women on the right here are preparing those strips. As you can see, the decorations are laid down bit by bit. It is very important that the fibers are fluffed out so they will later felt together better. The layer needs to be fairly even in thickness as well. A couple weeks earlier, I was honored to be asked to help with the decorations at a demonstration at the Kyrgyzstan Summer Festival. There are several ways to make felt. Wet felting is the method used for Ala-Kiyiz carpets. Mammal fibers have scales, some more than others. When you put the fibers in hot, soapy water, the scales open up, creating tiny hooks. And when that fiber is agitated, the tiny hooks grab onto each other, creating a mass that is impossible to separate. It's kind of like having a big ball of Velcro that's all wadded up and then trying to separate it out. A supply of hot water has been prepared over an open fire. The soap in the water increases alkalinity, so it helps the fibers slip around and encourages them to grab hold of each other. As the fiber cools, the scales close back down, locking all those fibers together. Notice the reed mat that has been placed under the carpet. The bumpy surface of the mat will increase the agitation and movement of the fibers against each other. The mat also prevents the carpet from felting to itself in the wrong places. As the carpet is rolled, very hot soapy water drenches every part of the fabric. The carpet is rolled up immediately after the drenching and as quickly as possible so that it stays hot throughout the agitation process, which is coming up next. Someone has to keep those hot water buckets coming so it doesn't cool off. The roll is covered with an old cloth and tied securely. Now it is ready for the agitation. There are quite a few ways to agitate the cloth. Most of the contestants used this method. But one group got innovative. I have also heard that in Mongolia, the nomads tie the roll behind a horse and have it walk around the pasture for an hour or so, rolling and agitating the fiber. I wonder which way is the best for getting those fibers to stick to one another. After about a half hour of rolling, the carpet is unrolled and inspected. It's a slow process because some of those fibers have tried to felt to the mat and they have to be coaxed back onto the carpet. Look, even after a half an hour, the middle of the roll is steaming hot. Notice how the women on the left are tightly re-rolling the carpet. Re-rolled without the mat and cloths, the carpet is tied together again, ready for more felting. After the initial felting process, which is sometimes called pre-felting, the fibers are so closely connected to their nearest neighbors that there is little chance they will felt with new neighbors. For this reason, the carpet can be rolled up against itself for the next step. Now for the back-breaking part of felting. The women work together, putting all their weight into the process. After about 10 minutes, the carpet is re-rolled in the opposite direction and rolled and agitated some more, a couple meters at a time. This ensures that the felting will be evenly applied throughout the carpet. During the next inspection, the women noticed that some of the decoration did not adhere to the base layer as well as needed. Using a bar of soap and more hot water, they increase the alkalinity and rub the top of the decoration. This sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't. If you use too much soap and not enough heat, the fibers just slide right past one another without grabbing hold. In a bit, you will see that in this case, the numbers 2018 never adhered well. And more rolling. During the final inspection, the women discovered that those stubborn numbers never adhered well, and one of them surreptitiously sewed them down before the judge arrived. And he was on his way. So they stretched and flattened their carpet, picked off bits of grass, and they were ready for inspection.
Bayga alып келген киіз болсын. Емгенler қайтсын,
Жақсы өтіп. Çıkıp gelç.
The judge spent quite a bit of time discussing this work of art with the team, and everyone lined up for a photograph. Since I only know 3 Kyrgyz words, I never found out if my team placed. But here was some of the competition. What do you think?
Oh,